Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kurusho here, and now, before I begin, I do just want to say one thing. Surprise! Yeah. Me and Blaze were talking about one specific scene in this story that just kept getting attention and just kept getting funnier. So, as a little bit of a surprise, I'm going to be preemptively recording this and hearing how that fucker reacts to it. Because, of course, it is hilarious. Along with that, I'm very close to finishing the Fallout series right now. Then I can go ahead and jump back and forth between the Batman story and this story as ways of reintroducing myself back into the MHA universe, since it's been a long fucking time since I followed the main plotline. I've just been going outside the verse but using the names. And essentially, just making a different story about it. Entirely. Now, with that being said, let me start. We will start somewhere around a century ago. It has been a long time. They want to relish this feeling they have. They want to just sit here for a minute and bask in the afterglow. It's been a long time. It has been a long time since the world has ever felt this modicum of peace. For the last century, All for One has been running around. He has been cruel. He has been merciless. He has been someone to strike fear into the hearts of everybody. A lot of people have died over the course of the last century. A number of them, friends, family. And what they've given to achieve this victory was everything. The fifth user of One for All. He finally destroyed All for One. The man's laying there dead underneath him, and he just starts to laugh. He doesn't even know what it's like to live under someone who isn't this man. He's never had a normal life. People have had to deal with his enforcers. They're people who try to fight against him, people who work with him, and the Yakuza. They have been a major thing that has helped fight against All for One. And right now, the fifth user does have a few things going through his mind. What if he takes that spot? Everyone's always looking out for themselves. The people who don't have quirks, who can't defend themselves against people like him, they have suffered the most. But what if there's a way to solve that problem? And that was his idea. He took down the greatest threat to Japan. And in the years forward, there were wars. People fighting the remnants of his army. People who followed him. Groups splintered and made sure to break apart, trying to hold vast amounts of territory and claim it for themselves. But number 5, he had people behind him, and he shook the stage with his actions. And that was a long time ago. And we do currently have the present day. Deku, he lives in a moderate to safe area. Right now, it's been a bit of time. They're not too far away from Endeavor's territory, but they've still got a couple miles until that's a problem. His city should be safe. All Might's people are here. They keep this area running. And Deku, he wants to be powerful one day. He wants to be strong. His mom has told him a lot of things. People in this world, if they have power, they have 2 choices. Either work for one of the families or try to carve out a name for themselves. There are small places where people, they control their own area, their own territory. They might be the most terrifying person in the immediate area, but the moment the seven families come into play, more like the six, you best make sure that you get to either run away, give up your territory, or you see if you want to work for them. Those are really your only options. And Deku, he was devastated the day he learned he never had that option. He's quirkless, and that was something that Deku was highly alarmed by. Even the doctor himself was confused. People like Deku haven't been born in a long, long time. The last one who was born might have been 20 years ago, maybe 30, but nowadays, this kid has the worst luck. That going through the man's mind. And Deku, he's already aware of what this might mean, but he's not sure if he can really live with that. Being on the lowest part of the totem pole isn't exactly something he had in mind for himself. If you work for the families, you get better resources, better food, better places to live. You won't have to live in places like the slums. And that's something that Deku does want for his family, want for his mother. His dad died in a scuffle a few years back, whenever All Might's gang was coming territory and they took this area from Endeavor. He got crushed in some rubble and the debris. It killed him. He can remember that day. This place was full of some gangs, and when that happened, it just ended. He's not sure how to feel about that, though. Knowing he doesn't have a power, it's bad. He still remembers that day. His dad was disappointed in him and wasn't sure how to act. He didn't want Deku to be one of the people who work to maintain things around Japan. He didn't want him being the guy who's the reason why you can flush your toilet, why you get clean drinking water. Maybe he can grow food. That's a more important job. But yeah, there's a lot of positions that even themselves have a hierarchy. Even if it's on the low side, there's the worst and there's worst. There is a difference. And Izuku, he does walk home from school today. Things have been tough. People have been tougher. If you want to survive in this world, you gotta know how to fight. You gotta know how to fight back. If people think you're an easy mark, they'll kick the shit out of you and take everything you have. And that's another issue. There are people who wish to be up-and-comers and get their own territory. Be known. Be powerful. He can understand that. He hates them, but he doesn't blame them. He's had that same idea before. Standing at the top of a building and staring down at an empire he created, that he rules. Knowing that everyone below trusts him to keep them safe. Yeah, he can understand that. They pay for protection. But he doesn't want to be protected. He fights, he does what he needs to. He just doesn't get it. And right now, that is a thought that does go through his mind. Walking down the alleyway and trying to hide. A few guys started chasing him. And he really didn't want to have to deal with them. He's pretty sure he lost them, but if it's those same guys again, then they have already chased him through here before. Right now, him hiding behind a dumpster and turning to look out. And he does a pullback when he does hear some footsteps making their way past the alley. Him going to suck in a breath and turn, looking at the fence in front of him, running over and quickly going to hop it, climbing up and up and up before he has to pull his leg over and hop down, turning and running down the road. Okay. He just needs to get home and then he'll be safe. Then he won't have to worry about them, and that will be that. He really doesn't want to escalate things. This on his mind. Deku going to bring his hand up and going to check to make sure his knife didn't drop. And whenever it does go to feel against his hand, he does it somewhat relax. If things escalate, enforcers will get involved, and you really don't want to run into them. Those guys aren't exactly easy to deal with. They can be terrifying, especially whenever they get to work. And that's something that Deku isn't really too sure he wants to see again. Some guys made a bit of a commotion a month ago, and that was that. Judge, jury, and executioner. Deku turning and cutting into another alleyway. Him going to turn and look out, seeing one of the guys round the corner, and he does it a turn, quickly rushing over and through it, taking the left, and then going to run down the sidewalk and go to jump across the street. Him going to pull up his hoodie and make sure to hide his green hair. Right now, him going to make his way into another alleyway and go to hide behind the dumpster again. He's a little off course, but he should be home soon. Him letting out a breath and going to hear a sound. Him going to whirl and spin, bring his hand up and going to pull out his knife and flip the pocket knife over. The switchblade going to shoot out and go to set. And he does a look around, not seeing anything, not hearing anything. Okay, shit. Holy fuck. He thought for a second that might have been an enforcer. Then again, him hearing another sound. And he does go to turn, looking at the alleyway and looking at the road and going to step further inside. Him pocketing his knife once again and making his way over. Seeing a area where it does open and he could make his way down that path. And he does get a turn. Him going to see a man laying against the wall with a hole in his gut. Him clutching his side and going to spit a bit of blood. And Deku, he does go to completely flip around and look around. Him going to bring his hands up and begin to back away. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Let's see. It's only fitting, I guess. Left for dead and found by a kid. This feels oddly familiar. Who are you? Shit, man. You look messed up. Are you an enforcer? One of All Might's? Yeah, kid. But, I think you got the wrong idea. Him going to puff himself up in a burst of smoke. And Deku does stare at All Might himself. And that does cause his mind to completely freeze. Him going to turn back to small in a massive burst of smoke. And he does a turn, puking up a bit of blood. Him going to sit there and clutch at his side. And Deku does a step forwards, bending down. Shit. Shit. Oh, okay. You really cannot fucking die. Thanks for the enthusiasm, kid. I'll make sure to think about that, but not really sure I can keep up to that. No, you can't die. You really can't. This territory is good. This town, it's safe. If you die, there's gonna be another fucking war. I mean, shit. The six families. Do you really think they're just gonna? It's not gonna be good. Come on, just tell me what I can do. There's got to be a hospital nearby, right? Call someone. Call someone. I've already made a phone call. Though I don't think they're gonna be here in time. What's your quirk, kid? I don't have one. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to help you. Oh, no. I'm not laughing at you, kid. Well, not entirely. Listen. I'm gonna need you to do me a bit of a favor. Yeah? What's that? Him holding up his bloody left hand. And Deku does look down and go to reach out, taking the hand as it does a grip down firmly on his. And he does talk about it. Right now, he's gonna go ahead and give him a bit of an opportunity. Bringing up his right hand and pulling a strand of hair from his head, telling him, this right here is a quirk. If he takes it, then he'll be able to do everything he could do and more. He's the only option he has right now. But he's gonna need a favor. If he wants this town to stay safe, he's probably gonna need to be strong. The biggest and strongest out there. Make sure to remember just these simple words. Don't let them get in your way. And Deku, he does reach out with his other hand. Him going to take the hair and just stare at it. Looking at the man as he does go to express. He's gotta swallow the fucking hair. Him throwing it in his mouth and going to make a face. And the man, he does go to start laughing, still clutching onto Deku's hand with a death grip, his hand shaking and rattling, his fingers weak. But he can tell he's got plenty of fight left in him, plenty to keep him alive. And he does go to talk about it. Okay, he really needs to stop talking like that. He's not gonna die. Come on, he's gonna be okay. Hello? Mr. All Might? Mr. All Might? Shit, that's not funny. Him shaking the man. And whenever he does gonna try and pull his hand away, the man has a death grip literally pressed around his hand, squeezing as hard as he can. And Deku, he does try to pull away. And the man, his head does it a little forwards as someone does express, get the fuck away from him. And he does go to turn, trying to jump backwards as the man's body, it does attempt to try and follow. Him going to fall to the side and crash to the ground. As Deku, he does have someone tackle into him and throw him to the ground. The woman going to turn and go to rush forwards. Toshi, come on. I'm here. I got your message. Fuck. The woman going to turn, making way over and bending down, grabbing Deku and pulling him up into the air and throwing him against the wall. Okay, kid. I don't want to kill you, but who the fuck are you? You're Mirko. Yeah, kid. You know who I am. Good for you. Why the fuck were you with All Might? And why the fuck is he dead? Tell me. Did he say nothing to you? Did you just find him, or did you think to rattle through my boss's pockets and see what the fuck you can take? Cause if it's that, I don't really fucking appreciate what the hell you were doing. I probably should just crush your skull. But tell me, did he say anything to you? Uh, um, I, uh, her going to bring up his hand and stare at it. And it is covered in blood. The man grabbed him by the wrist, and she does get a stare at that. He, do you know he passed his quirk to me? He what? I know, it sounds stupid. I know it sounds crazy. He said he'd give me his quirk. I took it. That's all I took. I know it sounds crazy, but if you're gonna kill me, just please don't make it hurt. He gave it to you. He fucking gave it to you? Oh, fuck. Her dropping him. And right now, Deku does watch the lead enforcer for the Familia of All Might go to stare off, trying to figure this all out. Her boss just died. And he gave that to this kid. You come with me. Her grabbing Deku and going to throw him over her shoulder. And he does try to ask, what the hell is going on? Why? Let go of him. Her going to clutch onto him as he does get a flail. And whenever she is walking out of the alleyway, a ton of people are going to turn their attention watching this happen. Right now, her leaping off as the people chasing Deku do go to watch him with the lead enforcer. And a few people do come running up and begin to start sectioning off the alleyway. Some with weapons, and others standing there informing all of them to back away. And right now, they do go to investigate what the hell has happened here. And it doesn't look too good. And we do currently have Deku. Deku is carried along as Mirko does go flying through the air, bounding from rooftop to rooftop through the city. And there is where they do eventually find their way to a building. Her going to step inside and dump him to the ground. Before she does, going to walk over and go to sit down. Trying to think for a second before she does, going to stand up after a second of silence. And Deku, he does just sit there on the ground, trying to figure out what to do. She hasn't said much. This is very bad, isn't it? Mirko, her slamming her fist down and throwing everything on the desk off with the swipe of her arm. And she does a turn glaring at him. Why am I here? You're here, kid, because you fucked up real bad. Though, I could also see this as my fuck up. He was supposed to give it to me in case something like this shit happened. You know that? No, you don't fucking know that. That's what. Listen, I'm gonna make a bit of a phone call. And whenever I do make that phone call, I'm gonna have to explain to my new boss exactly what the fuck I just found. The situation here wasn't supposed to be bad, but it was. And we go from shit to oh shit to oh fuck to fucking fuck. That's what just happened. If you didn't have that ability, I would fucking kill you. I hope you know that. You piss me off, but right now, he gave it to you for a fucking reason. The fact that he even told you about it says something. You're a part of the most secret in the fucking world. How do you feel? Yeah, it goes away. Though, that's a problem. I shouldn't have brought you here. There's a shower in the place over there. Her gesturing out of the building. And he does a turn and step out of the room. She's very angry, and he really doesn't want to piss her off. Him going to step out and go over to the sink. This is a penthouse. He didn't notice it while they were flying through the air, but this entire place is a house on top of a building. I mean, he does a step out of the office into an extravagant hallway. There's people, the service staff on standby, and they look at him funny. But the fact that he walked out and is greeted by someone is alarming. Them leading him to the bathroom, seeing blood on his hands. Him being able to wash it off and being seated down by someone. And they do ask him if he would like anything to eat. Him concerned about owing someone some food. And he does simply talk about how he should be fine. Them staring at the look on Deku's face. Walking away and coming back briefly with some sweets on a tray and talking about how they will be throwing something together. Mr. Toshi, Mr. Yagi, must have come back. Had a successful mission, along with Mirako and other members of the team. Deku feeling bile rising in his throat. Aware of the storm that is on the horizon. This guy doesn't know it yet. And that is a major problem. He does go to snack on some of the sweets that were on the tray. And when the smells of good food do come wafting from the kitchen, there is where Mirako does come downstairs. Reno her dressed in a red bodysuit that does have black shoes. And he does a turn staring at her, as she does go to carry brass knuckles on her waist, along with the armor plating that does to cover her legs and thighs. Talking about it. She told Night Eye, the rest of the team is coming back here now. And fact of the matter is, she is going to be very, very annoyed at the conversation her boss is going to have with him. No, kid, you don't fucking get it. Now, you're lucky that I'm the one that found you, not the other guy. He's a little more unreasonable. So, I'll tell you right now like this. Her walking over and going to sit down. You got two options. And both of those options aren't exactly very good. But if I do talk to Night Eye, he might be able to ease up on you a bit. The cork's gonna kill you. You know that? What? Yeah. You can't have two quirks with that one. If you have another quirk, it drains your life force. Toshi was quirkless. That's why he's lasted the last 40 fucking years with it. I I don't have a quirk. Yeah, kid. Well, it's a real. What did you just say? Um, I'm quirkless. Or I guess I was. You're you're a fucking golden goose. You know that? Am I? Is that bad? No, kid. Actually, it's not. That. Wow. Oh, wow. That really does actually solve a bit of my problems. Her bring her phone up and going to call someone. And she does go talk about it. Yeah. No, she knows. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. There's a. No. She talked to him already, and no, that's not. She. Just listen to her for a second. The kid's quirkless. Hello? Hello? Okay, you're still on the line. Hello? I know you didn't just hang up on me, did you? Put me on speaker. Her gonna do so. Exactly who am I speaking to? My name is Suzuki Midoriya. I see. You're quirkless? Yes. What happened? I found All Might in an alleyway. I mean, I thought he was just some guy dying, but he looked really banged up. I mean, he had a hole in his chest. He was holding it, and I mean, shit, there was a lot of blood. And what happened after that? I mean, I tried helping him. I mean, if he died, then shit will go bad for the city. Shit will go bad for fucking Tokyo. I mean, everything can fucking go bad. Ah, you're not wrong about that, kid. Listen, you just stumbled into something way bigger than yourself, and you actually stumbled upon it as the right person. How so? You got two options. One, you keep that quirk and you work with us. You try out for UA, and hopefully, if things do go well for you, we can get you as a part of our family. We can't just bring you in all of a sudden. You're a nobody, and that would look way too suspicious, especially after people learn about what happened to Toshi. Though, if you train up with Mirako, along with a few others, then maybe we can figure this all out. You go to UA, and we extend an offer as our rising star. Okay. Is that a possibility? It is. Once the factions learn about what happened to Toshi, they're going to start trying to take ground, take territory. Our people can hold off for a bit of time, but we need to keep this all covered up. Toshi doesn't typically make a lot of public appearances, but when he does, shit can go bad. Shit typically stops when he's around. Though, he only ever shows up as a deterrent. Really? Yeah. He travels, goes around. One of our guys is a body double. I can get him to go around a bit. He already knows about this. I give him a call. He's trying not to shit his britches right now. I kind of get it. No, kid, you really fucking don't. Listen, I don't know why he gave it to you, but now I do. Though, I'm assuming you understand our offer. I kind of do. This is all just so sudden. Yeah, kid. That's life. Listen, work with us, and we'll take you into the family. Fact of the matter is, your power is something we need. If you want to make sure everything in this city still holds together, then you got to listen to us. Things can go bad if you don't. Things can get worse if you think you can just run along and take that power and become your own. You want to know something about Toshi's power? It took him decades to do the shit he fucking did. I know Toshi. Mirako here knows Toshi. You are just some kid who doesn't know shit about his abilities. And right now, fact of the matter is, he said they get stronger with time. They jump to you. That means your powers, they're probably going to hurt you. Toshi mentioned at his strongest, his powers can hurt. Massive strain on his body. That's a problem. Right now, you're probably going to get it worse. Spasm, cramps, maybe. I don't know. We never figured out what would happen. Though I guess we're going to have to figure this out now. Okay. Someone going to throw open the door and come walking in. And a large, blonde man does start talking about it. He can't fucking believe she just left them behind to deal with that. Him going to turn and go to see Mirako, holding a phone up as he does a turn seeing some random kid. What's all this? You're recruiting early or are you going to sell the damn kid? What do you do, piss you off? Look at you funny? I mean, you look good. Fuck off. There's a situation. How bad can it be? It's a very bad situation, Muscular. Shit. Vice is on call? Not Vice. Not Vice? So what? He's in charge now? Who died? Her just going to glare at him. When he does a turn staring at the kid's face that immediately goes pale, he does it a freeze. You can't be kidding. You're fucking with me. That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. Am I fucking laughing? God. Shit. So he's actually him turning and going to storm out. Right now, Deku just aware that seems like the appropriate reaction before a loud crash can be heard. And Mirako does get a sigh, hanging up the phone, talking about it. Right. Listen, kid. She's gonna go ahead and give him her number. They're gonna talk more tomorrow. If she can see about pulling him out of that fucking bullshit situation he's in and maybe getting them moved somewhere safer. Him and his family. The fact of the matter is, if people start learning about him, then things will get dangerous for them. He's not going to leave him behind, is he? Her staring at him and raising an eyebrow. No. It's just my mom, though. Okay. Her going to smile. Talking about it. That's good. They can get her moved. Along with seeing about getting them somewhere else to stay. If they're staying in the slums, that's going to change. Along with his diet. Shit, I mean, he looks like he'll collapse with a fucking strong breeze. Okay. But what exactly is All Might's power? Right. Nada can talk to you more about that when it comes. Now that'll probably be in a few days. Like I said, I'll give you my number. We can talk tomorrow. And if you're going to school, you're being pulled out of that. That shit don't matter anymore. What matters is you dedicate yourself to the family. Okay, I understand, but can I have some time to think about this? If you have time to think about it, kid, you're gonna die. What? There's not a lot of time to think. Listen, and you'll stay alive. You got that? Okay. I get it. It's just this morning I wasn't this important. That's the right word for it, yeah. Okay, I'll get you a car and send you home. You understand? Give the driver your address. Okay. I'm gonna stand right now, leaving and going to see the massive hole in the wall that Muscular did leave. Unless it does mean quite a bit to him. Right now, someone walking Deku to the elevator and out to a vehicle. And some people do to give him glances and whisper amongst each other about who he is. And he does try to ignore them. Right now, just heading home and going to sit there in the living room, trying to think about how fucked his situation is. This morning, he was a normal kid, just trying to survive and get by. Just try and make it to tomorrow and hopefully not starve. They eat, not well, but they do eat. And that does mean something. He was probably going to need to drop out of school and get a job anyways to help support them, but I mean, this, it's an opportunity that he's always wished for, but not in the way that it happened. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.